Let's talk about India. You've praised India's economic growth in the past, which has happened, and India has thrived thanks to globalization. Do you believe that globalization can survive this protectionist turn that Washington has taken?
First of all, India is doing wonderfully, and it doesn't surprise me because I've watched India in its takeoff, and I've been privileged to be coming to India now for 46 years. So I've watched a lot of India's remarkable achievement. I'll tell you, it's an old story, but for me, it's a very vivid story. When I first came to India with my girlfriend, who's now my wife of 45 years, I carried a book in my backpack by Gunnar Myrdal called The Asian Drama. He was the Nobel Swedish laureate who wrote about Asia. And of course, he was the one that said India could never achieve economic growth, that it was doomed to what was euphemistically called the Hindu growth rate of 2% per year. And this was my first book as I roamed India for a month in 1979, trying to understand this. Of course, I never believed this, and I never believed that any country is somehow condemned to poverty or doomed to backwardness. It's the opposite of what real economics shows. We are in an age of convergence right now. We're in an age where countries are catching up for lost time. India, as you know, was the second or the first largest economy in the world forever, for hundreds and hundreds of years, until, if I could say, the British arrived and did their job for quite a while. I do have a theory in life that all of today's challenges at the core have a British story to them, whether it's the Middle East or whether it's some other place, whether it's China too, because the British showed up in 1839 to demand the right to export opium to China, the opposite of the fentanyl emergency and so forth. In any event, India and China fell far behind, and they fell far behind until independence. And independence enabled catching up. And both started a rapid catching up after the 1980s. China first in 1978, India, I would say, in the early 1990s. And now the rate is very robust, and India will become the second largest economy of the world, overtaking the United States in 10 or 15 years. It will become probably the largest economy in the world in the second half of the 21st century. You're going to have the most people by a wide number, by the way. So this will be the major economy of the world. Advanced, high income, high tech. This is what's happening step by step, and your government's doing a very good job of promoting it, I would add. So in this sense, it's all very positive. And it should help to explain the weirdness going on in the United States, because the U.S. is in a kind of neurotic reaction. The neurosis is that the United States expected to be number one forever. This is the basic point. China ruptured that illusion, so Americans hate China. They hate China. How dare you be a bigger economy than the United States? This violates every rule according to American thinking. And they will come to resent India, I'm sorry to tell you, as you overtake the United States too. Just a little bit of friendly caution to you, because the American mindset cannot understand this is a big world, and other countries are more populous, and they're not being held back. And the United States is only 335 million people, a little bit bigger than Uttar Pradesh, but not so much bigger. And so it can't be the biggest country and the biggest economy in the world. It's not even possible in a world where technology is everywhere, where skills are everywhere, where the ability to innovate is everywhere. But this is driving the Americans crazy, and it's driving the Americans crazy, especially about China. Don't be pulled into it. I know India and China have their own issues, but settle them, because between the two of you, you're 40% of the world population, and you could actually help to run a very decent